Hello class, it's your boy Aiden Sensei, back at it again with another one of these main channel tie-in addendum sort of videos. So this is a sequel video to my first initial video about Kimi to Koete Koini Naru. The reason why I'm making this video is because the main channel video had a very specific goal. In that video, I spoke very heavily about the discrimination allegories, and I think it executes all of these ideas very well. I'm not going to clarify why in this video, because that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is instead to be me talking about all the other stuff about the series, because the series is definitely flawed. I didn't really get into the series flaws in that initial video, which is why I want to use this video to sort of talk about some of the areas where I feel like the show is not necessarily as strong. I'll still sing some praises, of course, because I do like this show a lot. Now we can move on to the next slide. So, the production values are pee-pee poo-poo, just the worst of the okay, they're not the worst production values I've seen. They are still really bad though. This show just does not move, and I'll explain how this show does not move later as I get into giving more examples. So this is the first example. This is a video that I recorded as I was editing my initial video, where I saw a scene that I just thought looked so bad that because there are a lot of other scenes before this, but this is the one where I like really had like a breaking point. I'll show off the clip now. So I'm in the video editor, and then I'm just clocking in something absolutely crazy. So I'm looking through this scene, right? That's like it's like a shot like this, right? And then, so I'm like, okay, I'm going through this, and then like these characters in the background, they're just not. None of them move throughout this shot. It is just a keyframe of a background shot. It looks so bad. It looks so fucking bad. The production is so much worse than I remembered when I was watching it while it was airing. It's so bad. And then put in Exhibit 2. I have to show this off. This surprised me so much. So I was looking through this specific shot. So the characters on the left in this shot are like doing their walk cycle, right? And then the ones on the right, they just fucking keyframe them going away. This looks so bad. It looks so fucking bad. Oh my god. You can see through my mouse movements. These two characters on the left are walking. Their walk cycle is perfectly functional. It looks perfectly fine. And then on the right, you have Mari and Tsunagu. So the idea of this shot is that Tsunagu is that Mari's these two dog people are about to walk in front of Mari, right? And then Tsunagu gets her out of the way, both to protect her and also to respect the space of the two dog people next to him, right? It's a scene which shows how considerate and thoughtful Tsunagu is with a lot of the actions that he does. That's what the intention of the scene is from a writing standpoint. And sure, it does get communicated through an animation perspective, so at least it's not that bad. But while these two characters are doing the walk cycle, Tsunagu and Mari, they shift over the right via keyframing. But there's no movement on either character outside of the keyframe, and it looks terrible. It looks so bad. And like, you generally see a lot of shortcuts like that being taken with the animation in the series. Like, there are so many shots where it's like, they just took this one drawing and then just went into an editing software and keyframed that shit. Like, I can do that shit. It's like, wow, it happens so frequently too, like very, very frequently. And I think most of the production values can probably be chopped up to the animators not having enough time. I can tell that they're skilled because I actually do find the quality of the artwork to be pretty strong in the adaptation. Here are some examples of shots that I actually think look quite good when judged without the animation in mind. I think that if you don't consider the animation, the artwork of this anime is actually pretty strong, and the art does generally look pretty good. There's good backgrounds, there's decent lighting, and in general, I do like the aesthetic of the show. I just think that it just does not move very well, like, at all, which is really unfortunate. I think that there is so much potential with that, but nah, yeah, no. not every anime can have a good adaptation. Yeah, so now I'll be introducing my thoughts on the characters, which is going to be kind of like the second half of this video. Because the production values and more nuances of the characters were things that I weren't really able to get into in the last video, because again, I was mostly focusing on the main romance. For this slide, I'm going to be discussing Tsunagu and Mari. I'm going to try not to veer on things too long when it comes to things that I've talked about on the main channel already, but I'll give a quick recap in case you somehow haven't seen that video, which please do. I put a lot of effort into that. I really like Tsunagu. I have basically zero issues with this character. I think that they handle his struggle with being discriminated against really well. I think they handle his core character traits very well. And I think they also handle his core relationships very well. You can tell why he's friends with Yukihiro. You can tell why he falls in love with Mari. You can tell why he cares a lot for Kisara. In general, Tsunagu is a relatively secluded character, so he doesn't have to have a lot of relationships, and which means that the few that we do see with him are generally able to be executed well because they're with the main cast. Mari, on the other hand, I definitely feel like I'm missing things when it comes to her character. Now, in terms of being a factor in the romance, I think she's handled quite well. I enjoy how stubborn she is, how much she wants to make this relationship work despite the fact that Tsunagu is so blatantly on the fence about it. Because, like, Tsunagu loves Mari, like, obviously, right? Because Mari is willing to accept him for who he is. That's a huge part of their relationship. But Tsunagu is also very worried about what he could do to Mari due to the fact that he is a beast person with these urges. But Mari just doesn't care, and it's one of the coolest parts about her character. My main issue with Mari as a character, though, is just, like, outside of this romance, there's just not that much to her character. In terms of other characters, she's friends with Yukihiro, but her friendship with Yukihiro is basically entirely tied down to Tsunagu and not really anything else. They are both open-minded people who like these beast people. That is... And that's about it. That's kind of all that keeps them together. I think she has some cool interactions with Kisara, but again, all of those root back to their relationship with Tsunagu. It's just like nothing about Mari necessarily feels like it's about her. It always feels like it ties back to Tsunagu in some sort of way, which I don't think is outright bad, especially since they do handle her relationship very well. I just feel like it reeks of a little bit of missed potential. They definitely could have done more with her. And I feel like the biggest showcase of that is that she has these friend characters. One of them gets some decent development in the third episode. The other one doesn't really get much. You don't really get to see these characters interacting with Mari that much. And it's because, frankly, if the show ever had to rely on that, it would be kind of weak, because none of the three characters have especially good chemistry, because, again, the traits that make Mari work because she's with Tsunagu and not because she's with anyone else. Now, next up, though, on the characters, before I start getting a little bit more negative, I want to praise the hell out of Kisara. I really liked Kisara. I mean, she's my Discord PFP right now. I think it's pretty obvious how much I enjoyed this character. Yeah. Like, my biggest gripe with the video on the main channel that I have about the series is that I just don't really get to talk about Kisara that much. Of course, I mentioned her in passing, but I only really mentioned her existence. I don't really ever mention what she does in the series, which I think is unfortunate. I think I probably could have in one section, but of course I wanted the video to stay brief. I also didn't want to sound like a broken record at any point, and I probably would have if I mentioned the areas where I think Kisara works in regards to the discrimination plotline. Because of course she's also a beast folk, which means that she has to deal with these things as much, well, not nearly as much as Tsunagu does, because she lives in the beast folk village. She is segregated from humans, unlike Tsunagu, who has to deal with them constantly. And I think that the fact that she lives in the Beast Folk village instead of with the humans is a big part of the reason why she doesn't get to do a whole lot in the first season. But what she does do, I quite like. I mean, my notes say it well. She's very cute as a tsundere. A lot of her expressions are very cute. I like her voice work, which I haven't talked about the voice acting, surprisingly. I think my favorite voice performance is Mari. She is voiced by the same person who voiced Akane and Oshinoko, Mahiru and Angel Next Door, which, like, one of the most relaxing sounding voices in all of the anime industry. Like, it's so good. Kisara's voice actress does a really good job too. But the main thing that I really like Kisara for is that she introduces a new perspective for Tsunagu's character development, because she sees the pain that Tsunagu has to go through being discriminated against constantly throughout the series. And Kisara, being someone who loves Tsunagu in a romantic sense, is someone who very much takes issue with the fact that Tsunagu's just dealing with the discrimination that he's facing with. And yet, despite this sounding so similar to what Mari and Yukihiro have been doing with Tsunagu, Kisara's perspective is different because she's a beast folk. Mari and Yukihiro are like, we'll show you how good humans can be, that not all humans are prejudiced assholes, right? While Kisara's perspective is, all humans are out there to hurt you. I want you back in the beast village because I don't like you seeing getting hurt like this. But of course, Tsunagu has grander goals. He wants to become a doctor, and therefore he has to endure a lot of the bullshit that gets thrown at him. And it clearly hurts her. It's a genuinely pretty emotional moment. Like, I really ended up feeling for her. That episode in general, I think, was done very well. But unfortunately, after that, she doesn't get to do a ton. Clearly, throughout the rest of the series, the main goal with her character is to pair her with Yukihiro, which I think actually has quite a lot of potential. The two characters, I think, have really solid chemistry from a sort of a foundational perspective, because of course Kisara has like the more tsundere traits, meanwhile Yukihiro is like this big bubbly ball of joy. That I could see myself having a lot of fun watching that romance develop and grow. But unfortunately, the anime just doesn't really get into that at all. It doesn't really get the time to. We don't even really see it start developing until kinda episode 10, but not really until episode 11, which, yeah, that is late. So yeah, Kisara is a very good character, but I think that's mostly like a potential thing as a result, compared to me enjoying absolutely everything that her character does, because I can't say entirely honestly that I do, but I do enjoy what they try to attempt with this character, with what little screen time she does have, which is a grace that I'm not going to give nearly as much to Yukihiro. Yukihiro is a character who gets introduced very early on. He is one of the main characters, and I think my opinions on him are somewhat mixed. In terms of just how much I enjoy him a lot. He is so much fun. I love how open-minded he is. I like how positive and cheerful he is. He's just the kind of character who lights up the mood whenever he shows up, right? But I think in terms of trying to go deeper with him, the anime doesn't explore him nearly as much as I would have liked. It's established pretty early on that he has a crush on Mari, and I think the reason for that can definitely be inferred through the fact that both of them are very similar characters in the way that they don't discriminate, the way that they are open-minded. That open-mindedness brings them together. It helps inspire Yukihiro, and it also helps Yukihiro feel more of that attraction toward her. So it makes a lot of sense. But I don't really feel like we get to explore his inner conflict a whole lot. Like, Yukihiro is a pretty strong character throughout the show, essentially being the wingman for the main couple, despite the fact that he knows that mentally speaking, he's hurting himself through denying himself a relationship that he would like otherwise. But he also can't bring himself to selfishly insert himself into a love rivalry due to the fact that he does care both about Mari and about Tsunagu. I found that to be pretty interesting. But again, something feels missing. I feel like we're probably going to see more of those missing parts in like a potential season 2, or if I read the manga, which, who knows, I might, where we can explore his romance with Kisara more. I'm definitely very curious to see where they take that, because as is, I think Yukihiro's character could use a little bit of work. I do like him a lot, though. And then my thoughts get very mixed when we talk about the other characters. There's this one bully character who gets introduced pretty early on. As soon as episode 2, he stops being interested in bullying Tsunagu because he just starts finding it boring. Like, oh, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I really wanted them to explore why that's the case. That would have been really interesting. They never do. Hopefully they do in the manga. I don't fucking know, though. I really hope they do. And then, of course, I already complained about how Mari's friends are handled, so I won't get into that much. Do I have a conclusion slide, or was I too lazy to do that? Okay, I do have a conclusion slide. Anyway, listen to White Girls Fuck Dogs by Rusty Cage and I Had Sex with My Dog by Christian Adam G. Both of these songs. I don't know how I discovered either of them. Well, I know why. I have an edgy as fuck sense of humor, so that's how I discovered them. I mean, because in terms of the first song, like, I've always been a Rusty Cage fan, right? He has a good mixture of dumb shitpost songs and, like, actually genuinely good songs. And White Girls Fuck Dogs is probably one of my... I think it is my favorite shitpost song he's made. It's so fucking dumb. It's so dumb. Every time it hits the final chorus with the key change, I fucking laugh my ass off every fucking time. It sends me every time. I just thought of it in my head, and it's making me laugh right now. It's perfect. The lyrics are so genuinely unhinged. It's like, how the fuck is this even allowed on Spotify? And then the second song is also like that. The backstory for this one was when I was in school a couple of years ago. Me and my friend, while we were scrolling through Spotify trying to look for, like, cursed dumb shit, we ended up discovering I Had Sex with My Dog. We were so fucking flabbergasted. What in the fuck? Why is this allowed on Spotify? But it's so funny. The way he enunciates the chorus is the funniest fucking shit ever. It's so good. It's so good. I think this might actually be my favorite comedy song of all time. It is that funny. Funnier than any song on Pink Season. Like, Jesus, it's so good. It's so fucking good. It's so weird recording these uncut videos, because on my main channel I speak so seriously. I speak so seriously, I never allow myself to have a joke. This is just how I talk in casual conversations. If you join the Discord server and the Patreon, oh yeah, right, we have that. So, if you want to become a patron, there are multiple tiers that you can join. We have the Shadow tier, which is basically just the financial support, no rewards here. Phantom tier, which gives you basic rewards, allows you to join the Discord server, where all we joke about is cum, and penis. Along with the Patreon roll call, the early scripts, scratch videos, and video suggestions, which is that Discord's feature. And then the Confidant tier, which gives you access to video benefits, such as early videos, exclusive videos, unlisted videos. And then finally, there's the God tier that allows you to have top patron, which gives you a custom roll color for the Discord server and for the roll calls, along with my Google Drive, which includes all of my horse porn. I have a lot of horse porn. I really love fucking horses.